Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool. And did SK Tools just copy Icon? This is the SK adjustable slip joint plier. This is the Icon fast adjust push button slip joint plier. I think that mouthful of a name is because the word twin grip was already taken. But anyway, Icon and Knipex, obviously that's a pretty strong comparison, but then you make one more leap and there's this comparison too. Now this SK is a little bit different in a couple of ways. First of all, even though all three of these have that trapezoid kind of shaped jaw or Cobra-esque jaw, they all behave differently. And only the Knipex and the Icon have the screw extraction front end. And as I was looking at this, what do you think of that? Look how thin this gets right up at the top. And these are the Knipex here. So I think at first that's cutting a little bit close from splitting right there. And so I grabbed another one of them and compared it. And here's what you got. I think, look at that. That's kind of interesting. So this got a little bit of a whack on this side. This one's cut a little close. And there's the Harbor Freight on the far end. Yes, it's a little thicker, but you got to give the nod maybe to consistency to the Harbor Freight. Sorry about that, Knipex. As far as performance goes, these are better. I'll show you why. But anyway, comparing these, another thing, obviously all of them have a push button. The Knipex uses a fairly low profile small button. It is required to push for each of the settings. Same with the Harbor Freight, but I found it a little bit clunkier to use. This great big button, huge, sticks out. Well, SK gives you not only the button, but the ability to bypass the button. Look at that. And then lock it down. We've seen that design in other pliers that allow you to open it fully, including the small Knipex. But check out that button. As I open this, it's kind of wild. Look at that. Did you see it go down? It drops down, pops up all on its own. So they've got like an automatic button depressing system in here. So I can open it and then I can make a quick adjustment to whatever I need and then grab whatever the fastener is. So that's one difference. Where they're made, these are made in China. These are made in Taiwan, the SK China, Icon Taiwan, and Knipex, obviously, Germany. If I grab a bolt here, and I can quickly go out to my large size, you can see that's the way it's holding on to this. It does fit in fairly well. Obviously, the size of the bolt does make a bit of a difference. If I shrink that down a little, it's kind of addicting to have that quick an adjustment there. Maybe they'll come out with a quick adjust twin grip, but you can see kind of how that's grabbing it. This is actually a pretty good grab there. If I go to full size back to my larger one, I'm not as impressed, but it's a pretty solid grip. Here's the Icon. Go into a big grip here. The Icon just doesn't sit as well in any one position. It's got a pretty good ramp. Just trying to find something comfortable there. A little bit better here. That's a good solid bite. However, if you go to the twin grip, in fact, the twin grip opens up wider than the other two. It's pretty amazing. Or at least than the Icon. That is a good solid grip there. You can see the way the teeth are biting into it. If I go to something even larger, check that out. It just drops in as if it was made to do this. Again, go to the Icon. I'll go full out, trying to figure that. This is the size. So it just doesn't, I mean, there's gaps. I can't quite get it to drop in. Not exactly right. And then again, the SK. The SK's got so much meat on the front end that it's probably going to do okay. Finer tooth pattern here. Much wider jaw, or kind of thicker jaws as far as the width there, kind of comparing those, or the amount of meat, I guess, I don't know, the thickness, however you want to call that. Pretty beefy. Sometimes that can make up for less standard metal. I'm not sure what these are made of, doesn't say. But overall, they're 25 bucks. That fast adjust is actually quite nice. If you are leaning towards any, I think the Knipex have the nicest, smoothest head on of all three. As far as, look at that. If you're going to go to a plier like this versus a standard slip joint or something else, you know, having that nice narrow profile is great. The light, you know, button right there, it's not a huge, big chunky thing. The kind of the box design is the same across all of them. I don't know as far as holding up. The Icon and the Knipex, you know, have about the same spring. These feel firmer actually, but again, look at the size of that metal, you know, going into the handle. They are noticeably heavier, but not ridiculous. So these cost, you can get them, I've seen them under 30. It's possible. These I think were around 20 and these were about 25, so right in the middle. But all three are approaching kind of that new 21st century slip joint face or slip joint head. So all three are doing it a little bit differently. So there's apparently still room to evolve in this space. But overall, I still like the twin grips. And honestly, I like these SKs a little better than the Icon, especially with that fast adjust. See if that lasts, but that auto-depressing button is, look at that thing. Kind of wild, huh? So at least they're putting some innovation in instead of, you know, just a straight across copy. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. And with that, Doc out.